Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss another scenario for prepare and execute statement. Here, we will use prepare and execute statement in order to perform data deletion from file. Okay, but we are not going to use a normal deletion process as we have already covered that. Here we are trying to incorporate some variable in order to build dynamic SQL query which we can execute in order to delete some data from the file. Okay, so to explain this, first of all I will show you one table on which we are going to perform this demo, and then we will use the program. So here I am running one normal query. Select star from Sharmit1, which is my library name, slash, and my file name is students. So if I hit enter here, you will see we have only two record here with repetitive student ID 600. Okay, there could be any other records as well. Let me add some records here. So insert into and Sharmat1 slash students. So we will add some data F4, enter. Let's say 100 stu 100. So this record has been added. Similarly, we will add few more so that we can perform some deletion to check the same. Okay, fine. So if I just focus on the IDs only, because for now like we are not using these names, so I'm just focusing on the ID portion. Okay, now we want to delete a specific ID from here, from this table, by preparing the dynamic SQL query. So let's see how we are preparing the program for that. So here in program, first of all, we are declaring one constant variable with one constant, which is SQL state underscore valid with 5 times zeros. This constant we will use in order to verify the query post its execution, because whenever we execute any query, it returns some status, some SQL status. If that SQL status is matched with this 5 times 0, then it means the query has been executed successfully. But if it is not matching with SQL state underscore valid, or you can say 5 times zeros, then it means there is something wrong, or maybe there is some warning or error message. Okay, so in that case we can perform, either we can show a message to user that this is the reason for which your query has not completed successfully, or if it is completed successfully, then we can simply go and show the success message. So it is totally dependent on your program flow, but we are going to use this constant in order to perform data query verification. Okay, after that I have declared another constant which is quote. Okay, constant quote with here you can see we have stored 4 times single quote. Now why we are using this? If you remember, in one of our previous session we discussed like how to incorporate variables in a string, right? There we were used to directly write triple quote, then plus, and then variable name, then plus, and then triple quote again. So that will also work, but it would be not so good to use, because it reduces your code readability. If you are not going in the standard approach, like if here we have declared this code, so next time whenever we want to use this triple single quote, I can directly use this quote variable, quote constant. Okay, let me show you. Once we proceed with these lines, we will see how we are using this quote. Okay, after that we are declaring a few variables. First variable is sqlstmt, and this variable we will use to prepare the string. And after that we have one w underscore id of character 5, which we will use to provide some student id to the query dynamically. Okay, so these are the two variables. Post that we are setting the commit option to star none, as we always do in SQLRPGLE programs. And below to this we are preparing the string for the statement, and here the id is 66. So what it will do, it will execute all the query by using this variable w underscore id. On line number 29, we are preparing the string, which is SQLSTMT. So here I'm writing one query, delete from students, where student ID, single quote, and then you can see we are using that constant which we have prepared in above lines. So we are just directly using quote plus w underscore id plus quote. So once this line got executed, this entire piece of code will be replaced with this value only. So this is the beauty of this line. Like there is no need to hard code anything. We are directly taking the values from the variable. If this variable value got changed, entire query will get changed. Okay, and you can say data deletion will also get changed. So we are not making anything hard coded, and this is the best practice to use the codes. Instead of writing triple quotes, go and use this quote variable, or you can say quote constant. Fine, so string is prepared. After that we will prepare the statement. So here you can see I'm preparing the statement exec SQL prepare stmt1 from this is my host variable SQL stmt. So what it will do, it will execute the statement, means it will prepare the statement. Okay, then we are executing the statement. So to execute the statement, you just need to write exec SQL. Then you can simply write execute stmt1. So what it will do, it will execute the statement 1. And then we are checking for the basic validation verification. If SQL state is equal to SQL state underscore valid, then it means query has been completed successfully. So we are just printing the message for user record deleted. Else we will show the message error occurred and also show the SQL state so that user can take the SQL state information and either search for the perfect solution or maybe show some generic message for that particular SQL state. So it is up to us, like whenever it goes inside this else block, we can check for the SQL state, and if what you want, you can add that in else if condition to show a specific error for that. Then we are setting the INLR to star on. So let's quickly compile this program and call it. Remember, we are calling it for ID 66, which is not here. So let's see what will happen. So it is showing error occurred and SQL state is 2000. And we know that SQL state 2000 means end of file occurred. There is no record available in the file with ID 66. So how can it delete the record? Now let's say we want to try it for student ID 100. So for that we need to change the SQL variable. Yeah, here we will change it to 100 and then we will rerun it. So let's compile it again and call it. You can see record deleted. Now just check the data inside payoff, refresh the query. You can see data has been deleted from this file. It means our program is working fine. Let me show you one more thing, how actually it is preparing the string, because this is the main topic of this session, like how we are using a variable with a better approach. Okay, because if you are using triple time codes, then maybe it would be confusing for you. So let me compile it with debug, dbg view star source. It is compiled with source. Now we will take this program in debug mode. So for that I will run strdbg command, then set program name, put program name and set these options to star yes. Hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will take a couple of seconds in order to show you the debug screen, and then on that debug screen you can simply write you can set your breakpoint, and then step by step we will proceed and we'll see each and every line. So let me set the breakpoint on line number 1, pressing F10 and calling the program statement 10, pressing F10 again, F10 again. Now it is processed. So let's check what we have in this SQL STMT. Delete from students where student ID is 200. Okay, so it means query has been created successfully, because that variable has been replaced with the actual value which is hold inside that variable, not the variable name. So this is how we can verify. Sometime it might be possible that you are getting the error, runtime error. So in that case, you can use debug mode to check your query if it is created successfully or not. Maybe if there is some maybe if there is this space is not here, so in that case it might get you might get some error. So you can just check inside debug mode for the runtime error and just make sure that your query is okay. And to verify it, you can simply copy your query from here and just paste it on SQL screen. If it is working there, it means your query is okay. Okay, then it simply goes and check for SQL state and it is showing deleted because query was fine, right? So if I check the data again, this time it should, yeah, record has been deleted. And which record? We have passed it 200. So yeah, this is how we can utilize prepare and execute statement in order to perform data deletion by incorporating variable, because this time we have make it dynamic. We are not hard coding anything here. We are making use of variable, and we are also using the best approach for declaring the variable or for incorporating the variable, because if you are using triple quote, that would be very confusing, and sometimes it might be time taking also, right? Because you have to decide. For now we have only one condition, but it could be possible there are multiple conditions, so better to use constant. So yeah, that's all for this session. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.